I know everyone loves a good story. So I was saying, well, back in my Scrum days, yeah, with 20 years experience plus, I'm allowed to say that. I genuinely have enjoyed facilitating retrospectives. It's a perfect moment to pause and identify areas for improvement. For 2 weeks, which is my go to sprint length, the team would be in a build mode, an exciting mode, minimizing dependencies, getting stuff done. Then we come back together to reflect. I've always liked how Scrum offers that structure, a reliable frame with roles, artifacts, and events to help you navigate execution complexity easily, right? As someone who leans process heavy, that gives me a little bit of a peace of mind. I mean, I started with a PMP, right? So if you think about it from that perspective, I'm trying to balance my mind, the yin and the yang, right? I want to make sure that I have good agile karma as I go throughout my years. But over the years, I've actually grown to appreciate flow. Not just continual flow or continuous flow of value, but also a constant flow of improvements. Scrum doesn't forbid you from releasing more often or improving outside the retrospective, but in practice, many teams act like the retrospective is the only moment they can reflect. And that's not true. We often see this when teams start using a new tool or when teams start exploring a new product. You know, the thing you have to remember is that if you're doing continuous cycles and you're always looking for atomic habits, small improvements, micro improvements that you can make each cycle, you'll uncover things valuable each day. You don't necessarily have to wait to the retrospective to make a micro improvement, but the truth is we want teams to stay focused. So the question becomes, how do you stay focused without derailing and get tiny things done? What I can tell you is between two different books that I've read, Atomic Habits, James Clear, excellent book, must read, one of my favorite books ever. And Getting Things Done, David Allen. If you put what you learn from those two books together, neither have to do specifically with Agile, but the solution comes in what you do and how you act and the activities you perform, and the example you provide to your teams on how to act towards or move towards continuous improvement. Now, I do want to make sure I mention one more thing. There's a big difference between continuous insight and continuous flow than there is with continual improvement or continual betterment. So let's talk about the difference between continual and continuous. So continuous is ever flowing like a river. That means you're never going to stop. Now, if you're always trying to continuously improve, you're going to get burnt out because there is the need for continuous improvement. But the problem is people as humans aren't built in such a way that we can just continue to flow at one speed in one direction. We need to flow, stop, inspect, adapt, adjust, pivot, flow. And we need to do that often, over and over, so that we can get to the point where we're moving in that right direction. So it's one of those things where you need to have balance in all things as well. So I guess the main message I'm trying to throw to you is don't let the sprint retrospective limit your ability for improvement. Find ways that you can do small things to improve at the daily scrum. Find ways that you can do small things to improve in your personal life and professional life. What I can promise you is that if you focus on continual improvement and always look for new ways to upgrade, you're going to be a stronger, better person, and the people around you are going to appreciate it. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have something you want to talk to about, or you have something you want to talk to us about, feel free to reach out to us at learnmore@agiledad.com. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.